So now, the use of one substance is fatal. Okay? Now, when you now use 2 or more substances, it's even more dangerous. Today, I want to talk about the drug combinations that are sending a lot of Nigerian youths to emergency units. Not only Nigerian youths, Nigerians generally, men, women, young people, middle-aged, young people, any class of people at all, and even to the mortuary. So let's start by asking ourselves, what's a drug cocktail? Okay, a drug cocktail is the simultaneous use of 2 or more psychoactive substances. And a psychoactive substance refers to any drug or any substance that when you take it, it has the ability to affect the functioning of the brain in terms of your mood, your emotion, your cognition, and your behavior. Okay, the danger there is that combinations do not just add effects, they multiply them. And how do I mean? If you're taking a substance A and the effect of that substance on the body is A, for instance, and you're taking substance B, whose effect on the body is, let me say, B. Now, if you're taking these 2 substances together, the effects that they will have as a joint connection on the body will not be A plus B. You know what it will be? It will be A times B, or even A squared plus B squared. Yes, so their effects, when you take them together, are not additive, they are multiplicative. I hope you understand that. So, if a dose of alcohol that is manageable alone can become life-threatening when you now combine it with another drug like a sedative or an opioid. Now let's even look at some of these drugs. First of all, let's start with one of the popular ones that our youths are taking, which is called rohypnol. Now, rohypnol is a drug whose pharmacological name is called flunitrazepam, and it's a very powerful sedative. It can cause very serious sedation, it can cause amnesia, and it can cause respiratory depression. When you combine rohypnol with another drug like alcohol, it becomes extremely dangerous. It's also called the date rape drug, and people who use it, they use it to render their victims unconscious so that they have no memory for the events that take place during the period of the use. Let's take another drug also, the popular cocktails for cannabis known as Arizona and Colorado. Popular street names for cannabis variants. Okay, these are street names. Street names for cannabis infused drinks that combine cannabis with either alcohol and sometimes other substances like ice, that's the methamphetamine, amphetamine, or even codeine or any other psychoactive substance. You see this combination, it can significantly increase the risk of acute psychosis, severe anxiety, and even cardiovascular complications. We have seen cases of people who took Arizona or Colorado either singly or co-joined with another substance, and immediately they took it, even when it was their first time, they didn't even know where they were again. There was even a man that came to us and they told us that he came back from work still on his suit, and he went to the bathroom to go and bathe just with the suit still on him like that. He was already psychotic because he used one of those substances. That's what it can cause. The person has a loss of touch with reality. Let's even look at another one again called monkey tail. You know what monkey tail is? Another cannabis soaked in alcohol. And most of the alcohol that they use in soaking this cannabis is the local gin, the locally produced alcohol, and it's very popular in southern Nigeria. Cannabis is absorbed more rapidly when it is combined with alcohol, and it can produce faster and even more intense effect than it would have ordinarily done if it was taken alone, including psychosis. Imagine taking cannabis alone can cause psychosis, and you're not combining it with other variants like local gin. But the speed by which the psychosis will even come will be faster than even the speed of light. Are we communicating? Let's also look at opioids. Opioids and alcohol together. Tramadol is an opioid, or even other codeine combined with alcohol. Okay, so if you take tramadol or someone who is taking codeine combined with alcohol, you see both of them, they are called central nervous system depressants. Central nervous system depressants. So together, when you take them together, they can cause respiratory depression. Breathing can slow down, and it can even stop completely in some severe cases. Okay, so this is how a lot of young persons die at parties and are found the next morning. And when you ask, somebody will say they were poisoned, not knowing that some of them are even taking drug cocktails, which have exhibited their effects in the multiplicative forms. So, what are the psychiatric consequences of all of this? Acute psychosis, okay, severe anxiety and panic, permanent memory impairment, cognitive decline, accelerated dependence. These are problems. Even death can even occur from respiratory depression. It can cause death. In fact, one substance alone can cause respiratory depression. Not talk of when you now combine it. In fact, it can cause death even faster because you have combined it together. I don't know if you are communicating. Cardiac arrhythmias. The rhythm of the heart becomes unstable and irregular because of the multiplicative effect of these substances. These are possibilities. These are possible medical and psychiatric consequences that can arise from the use of these substances as cocktails, or even singly. Even traffic accidents can occur when people are intoxicated. Even intimate partner violence. Some people take these things, get intoxicated and start picking up their partners, picking up their children for no reason, for no just reason. And when you ask them, say, I don't just know what came over me, it's the devil that caused it. Because they were not in touch with reality at that point in time. That's called psychosis. They can't even think before they will take any actions. Okay, so now, if you are watching me today, and your mind is now going to a particular person, a specific person, either a child who comes home from parties and you don't even know what state they are in, or a spouse whose behavior has changed, or a sibling that you are worried about, that feeling you have right now is very, very important. Don't ignore it. You know why? That feeling you're having is what will help you to plan your very next step. Okay? So if you need help understanding what you are seeing in your loved one, I can help you assess the situation and plan the very next steps. The link is in my bio. And don't forget, episode 6 of this series has been specifically packaged and designed for families who are battling through this. It's available to subscribers only. Okay, so share this episode. You could save a life tonight. Episode 3 comes tomorrow. Something newer, spreading faster. Nigerians methamphetamine crisis. So see you.